Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make one of my all-time favorite buttercream recipes, Swiss meringue. This buttercream is like heaven to pipe and glides so smoothly on cakes, and more importantly, it's far less sweeter than American buttercream. I'll show you some tips and techniques for you to get it right every time. Okay, let's begin. To start off, and most important thing, I'm cleaning my mixing bowl and any other utensils that I might need for this recipe with clear vinegar to get rid of any oil, grease or water. The egg whites, they won't whip up to its full volume if it comes to contact with any fat or grease or water. So make sure you clean your whisk attachment and your mixing bowl with vinegar before you start. The ratio here is 1 part egg whites to 2 parts sugar. I've got 150 grams of egg whites. To that I'm adding 300 grams of sugar. You could use granulated or caster sugar. It doesn't really matter as you're gonna cook it. Next step, I'm going to cook my egg whites in a double boiler or bain-marie. Now the water should not be boiling at this stage, just bring it to a gentle simmer and make sure water does not touch the bottom of your top pan. When you start cooking your egg whites, now this is the most crucial step, so don't walk away even for a minute until you're done with it. Alright, so I'm whisking my whites continuously till all the sugar dissolve. If you slow down this process, you're going to end up with sweetened egg scrambles. So make sure you whisk it continuously and steadily. What you're looking for is loosened egg whites with more frothy and whitish color in texture. Now I'm going to dip my fingers and check if there's any sugar granules left, and also I'm going to use a thermometer. You need a thermometer for this step. Now the eggs are considered cooked and safe to consume when it reaches the temperature between 71 to 72 Celsius. So I'm going to cook it till it reaches 72 Celsius. This is when the bacteria in the eggs are killed and it's called pasteurizing. Immediately when it reaches 72 Celsius, take it off the heat. Wipe off the bottom of the pan and transfer it to your mixing bowl. So important tip, do not use plastic containers to whip up your egg whites. Plastic absorbs fat and grease heavily. Glass is okay, but the ideal is stainless steel. Make sure all the sugar granules are dissolved, otherwise you'll end up in a very grainy buttercream and you can't fix it. Also, when you're transferring the egg whites to the mixing bowl, make sure no water get mixed into the egg whites, otherwise it won't whip up to its full volume. I'm going to whisk this on low speed for about 3 to 4 minutes, then increase it to medium speed. What you need to do here is try to bring down the temperature before you add in your butter. Now for the butter, you're going to be needing 500 grams of it. It should be soft and not melting. And when you press down with a finger, it should be firm and leave an indent. We are going to add the butter in small chunks and not all at once. Okay, now somewhere into 8 to 10 minutes, your meringue should be ready. How you know is it's going to double up in volume obviously, and it'll give you a glossy effect, and more importantly, it should be able to hold stiff peaks. When it holds stiff peaks, you know your meringue is ready. As you can see, the tips are falling over, so it's not ready. I'm gonna mix it for another 3 to 4 minutes. should be ready now. I can see the mixture is getting a bit thicker and marshmallowy, and it does hold its stiff peak. So now we are gonna reduce the speed to low, and we are gonna start adding our butter. Okay, you can add your butter in small chunks, a little at a time, and in between make sure you give time for the butter to mix in well before you add in your next chunks of butter. Scrape down the bowl and make sure everything is well incorporated. When it comes to butter, remember it should not be too cold, otherwise it will curdle up fast. It should not be too soft or melting, or you'll end up with a soupy mixture. Here you can see halfway into adding butter, the mixture is already soupy, runny. So this is right, this is not ruined. So what you're going to do is continue adding your butter till you sort of get into thick curdle consistency. So I've finished adding my butter. Now as you can see, the buttercream is not smooth, it's still in big chunks. I'm gonna stop whisking here, and I'm gonna scrape down the middle of the bowl to make sure everything is well combined. There could be chunks of butter not mixed in well, so this step is very important. You need to make sure everything is mixed in well and homogenized to get a smooth creamy buttercream. I'm going to beat this for another 5 minutes or so till it becomes more white and creamier. You can add your flavorings and your color at this stage. If you want, you can change your whisk attachment to paddle attachment. What it does, it makes your buttercream more smoother and knock off any air pockets. I didn't want one more thing to wash, so I'm just using my spatula, whisking the buttercream against the side of the bowl to knock off any air pockets. When you finish making your Swiss meringue buttercream, you need to frost your cakes right away. If you leave it outside, it's gonna build up a lot of air bubbles and you won't be able to get a clean finish to your cakes. If you're going to frost your cakes later, make sure you whip it up for a couple of seconds before you frost your cakes. And when it comes to coloring your cakes with Swiss meringue buttercream, I personally like pastel colors and light shades of colors with Swiss meringue buttercreams. And if I have a darker shade of colors to do, I would use American buttercream. Look at this consistency, so smooth. When I mix it with my spatula, it just glides so smoothly on the buttercream. And honestly, for me, it smells like vanilla ice cream. I love using Swiss Meringue Buttercream in almost all of my cakes. Gives nice sharp edges and the finished look is smooth and shiny. It can hold heavy fondant decoration as well. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon with another one. Until then, take care you guys.